welcome to a new podcast series by Leaders Edge called Falling Into It. This is a podcast where young professionals share their stories and thoughts on the insurance industry as they continue to grow their careers. My name is Zach Ewell, and I am a content specialist and AV producer for Leaders Edge. In this episode of Falling Into It, we meet Chris Moran, a 30-year-old senior underwriter for cyber, tech, and media at Allianz Global Corporate Specialty. A graduate from Fairfield University, Chris studied marketing and mathematics. Chris shares his excitement for international business travel returning, why he chose to work in the cyber insurance field, and what possible risks American companies could face as a direct result to the Russian war on Ukraine. Thank you for joining me, Chris.
Thanks. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. So my first question, how did you first get involved working in insurance? Was it something you always wanted to do? Or did you find out about it after you started your professional career?
Yeah, certainly. It's a great question. I don't think many young professionals aspire to have a career in insurance, but it certainly provided me a great leeway into the business. I had a few internships out of college, and I kind of fell into this underwriting role at a local agency. And I joined Allianz about 5 years ago in an analytical role, and moved back into underwriting after that. So yeah, I've been in insurance since I got out of college, and it's provided great insight into the business world. And I'm happy to have joined this career.
And what internships did you have? Were they during college or after college? Can you elaborate on the internships and how they impacted your career choices?
Yeah, certainly. It was headed into my senior year of college. I had a kind of an associate role at a agency outside Philadelphia. Graduating college, I wasn't set on insurance. I had a marketing background. So I was thinking more market research, career opportunities, and I kind of fell back into insurance and joined the industry.
And as I understand it, you studied mathematics and business in college. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I originally went in as a science major, and I thought business would be a better career trajectory. So I worked in marketing, and I wanted to do kind of market research. And it was just my career took a few different paths, and I ultimately landed in my insurance job, and I've been here ever since. So certainly college prepared me from a business aspect of going into the world as a young professional. And being in insurance has certainly helped that experience.
Sure, absolutely. Within the insurance industry, cyber continues to be a growing and ever-changing field. Why did you choose to underwrite cyber?
It's a great question. So, like I said, I traditionally was in the property, liability, workers' compensation, which really is the foundation of traditional insurance. I joined cyber because I really saw it as an emerging risk. It's an ever-changing market, and there's increasing need for large corporations to beef up their cybersecurity.
Sure.
And I think it's just, and it's a really interesting field. I mean, seeing some of these reports of attacks on large corporations and how they mediate and come out on the other side of risks, with an improved security system. So it's fun. And I know, saying fun and insurance in the same sentence isn't really traditional, but I've been, really enjoying it. And I think it's a great career opportunity, and certainly it's certainly going to be around going forward. So I think it's a good place to land.
Definitely. There's something for everything I find in this industry. So tell me about the Global Underwriting Exchange Program you will be participating in England. What do you hope to learn?
Yeah, Allianz recently launched this Global Underwriting Exchange Program. Goes by GLUE. We have 8 underwriters across our organization going to different offices from New York to Munich to London. I think Singapore is also a destination as well.
Wow.
Allianz is really leveraging its global presence and network, and this GLUE program, gives us a unique opportunity to establish connections, build rapport with colleagues across the globe, and across a wide range of functions, from claims to risk consulting to actuarial. So I'm not just going to be with the underwriting team. We're really going to get a wide range of exposure from different teams, and it's a great opportunity. I'm thrilled that Allianz is moving forward with this program.
Absolutely. And are there any specific skills you are looking to hone in on while you participate in this program?
Yeah, cyber is a global product. Our portfolio is primarily comprised of these large enterprises, and they have operations in most countries. So it's important to understand the nuances of the market and how other local offices view the risks. So nuances across purchasing, claims trends. It's just so much more to learn from other teams and other professionals in the industry. So yeah, it's a lot of exposure, a lot of learning, and yeah, I'm hopeful just to expand my knowledge of the industry.
You are in a unique position currently. With the world opening back up from COVID lockdowns, how are you approaching international travel? Are you excited, I'm assuming?
Yes, I'm very excited. That was part of the appeal of joining Allianz. They have such a large network, like I said before. So I'm excited. In-person meetings are ramping back up. And it's important for young professionals like myself to get that exposure. I mean, you can only do so much happy hours over Zoom before it gets stagnant. So I'm thrilled about traveling both domestically and international. And Allianz is certainly, behind us getting out there in the market. So it's very reassuring that we have approval and support from our organization.
And is this going to be your first time international traveling since the pandemic began, or are you an avid traveler?
Yeah, I haven't been outside the country, actually, now that I think about it. Since COVID, we've done local insurance conferences and things like that, but nothing international. So we're thrilled that this opportunity has presented itself, and I can't wait to get to Europe.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine has been a fast-developing conflict. Just a couple of weeks after the conflict began, President Biden warned U.S. companies that they could be the target of potential Russian cyber attacks. With your knowledge and background, what cyber risks could develop for U.S. companies due to this conflict?
I think that's a great question. The war in Ukraine has certainly been a major point of emphasis in this market. Brokers, clients, carriers alike have put it at the forefront. It's been widely expected that there will be state-sponsored attacks from Eastern Europe. And the expectation is that these events will target specific industries, namely financial institutions, banking, critical infrastructure, manufacturing risks. These have all been identified as potential targets. So we're doing everything possible with brokers and insureds to emphasize this additional risk and make sure our clients have adequate preparation, because attacks can come at any time, and it's unknown what's going to happen. But we're certainly trying to give our clients the best position possible.
How has the pandemic changed your client relationships? How has the pandemic changed the way in which you work?
Yeah, it's been challenging. Like I said before, we try to do face-to-face meeting with clients, but again, in the pandemic, that was almost non-existent. So it was a lot of underwriting calls over the phone, Zoom meetings, trying to do events with brokers, but it really wasn't the same. So it's hard for us to build this rapport and relationship with our brokers and clients alike. So for younger employees, I think learning in face-to-face environments and just being near other colleagues is a major development. So I think this is fallen off in the past 2 years, but I'm confident that us returning to a more personal work environment is going to be huge. And I'm one where I can't stand working in my apartment. I like getting out and getting to the office and getting around. New York City is such a great place to learn and to meet people. So I'm thrilled that we're moving back towards the pre-pandemic work environment.
Sure. I'm curious. Has the city started opening up more in New York?
Yeah, certainly. New York in general has been, I think, since January, opening back up week by week, and it's been wonderful personally. Mask mandates are kind of going down a bit, and people are returning to the office. So it's great to see, really, what New York was like, especially downtown near Wall Street where I work. It's bustling again, and it's encouraging to see.
As I understand it, mentors played a very influential part of your career development. What do you look for in a mentor, and who specifically did you learn from?
I think that's a great question. Mentors across any industry are important. And in my personal development as an underwriter and a professional, it's important to have that guidance. I think a major part of mentors is really trust, finding someone you can confide in and get actual strong feedback. And another piece is, humility. You need some ability to accept constructive criticism and know that it will know that it has the effect of improving your career. So I've had a number of mentors. Mentorship is a big part of Allianz's culture, providing that insight needed for the next generation of workers. And as I'm sure you're aware, there's a major talent shortage in the insurance industry specifically. So it's great how seasoned colleagues really train the younger talent to ensure support for our clients and really propping up that next generation of the workforce.
What do you see as the next big step in your career?
I'm always looking to sharpen my underwriting skills and just get a broader knowledge of the industry. But also, I've felt I've matured in my role, and I certainly want to give that feedback onto younger professionals. So I can certainly see myself moving to a managerial type role, giving not only cyber knowledge back to professionals, but really just overall business acumen. You don't realize, when you're 23, 24, coming out of college, you think, you have an understanding, but it's only years down the road looking back, you could have probably used a bit more support and help. So yeah, I certainly want to hopefully run a team of younger underwriters in the industry. So I think that's on my forefront. And again, personally, just continuing education is a pillar of the industry. So there's numerous certifications in insurance and cyber as a whole. One I'm looking to work towards at the moment is the Certified Information Security Manager designation. And it's really providing knowledge on how to develop a company's information security program. So I feel this additional knowledge is always helpful. There's just a number of resources that Allianz provides just to further your development and understanding of the industry.
Well, Chris, it has been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. I appreciate having me on. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Falling Into It. Please listen to more of our podcasts and content at leadersedge.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on our SoundCloud. Until next time, I'm Zach Ewell. Have a good one.